So if we move on to the UEF commander, we have on the left arm again the Cypher in whatever blah 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 gun upgrade. That does more or less the same like the Seraphim gun upgrade. The only difference is that you don't get the double fire rate but the double damage. So here you have again 200 DPS, but you just have shots that deal 200 damage instead of 100, but you still have these every 1 second one shot thing. Yeah, that has advantages and disadvantages. For example, you can one-hit Auroras, but you waste some shots on the 300 health. You waste some damage on the 300 health, take 1 units. But again, that's really no big difference. You can use it just like a Seraphim commander. Then we have the resources acceleration system, this time on the left arm, that also works just like the Seraphim commander. The first new thing is the shield. The first thing just gives you a nice big shield of 20,000 hit points, so that you get really much survivability, and it's actually not that expensive. So if you have two tech 2 energy generators, then there is no big deal in upgrading this, and you can really go to the front and fight with this, because the UAF commander already has some health without upgrading anything, and if you have that 20,000 hit points shield, you can really go in and overcharge some things. I would not say you can go against experimentals with that, but yeah, you can try it. If this is your last chance, you can upgrade shield and try to overcharge a Monkey Lord. The second upgrade from the shield generator is a bit more interesting, because you don't get a personal shield, you get a shield bubble. But I have to admit, this is something I don't really use either, because it's more or less the same like the Seraphim upgrade. At the point of the game you have that upgrade, it's not that useful anymore. It's probably cool for tech 3 PD creep or something like this, but normally you don't want to upgrade this in early game or mid game, so that's really a late game upgrade. And well, I wouldn't upgrade it on the commander, but of course that's your choice. Then you have the teleporter again, works the same like the Seraphim commander. And the funny thing is then the take 1 shelter drone, and that's a really cheap upgrade. And as soon as you upgraded it, you have that small thingy above your commander, and that can build tech 1 units and will also support your commander. So basically it's a flying engineer. You have the only faction that has flying engineers, and you can, for example, fly on that mountain here and even support it with some cannon drones and build a factory somewhere where you would never build it and where the enemy would never expect it, and spam some units there then. Cool thing about this is that you can still build it in no air, and it's, well, I don't actually know if it is considered an air unit or if it is considered an exploit, but I always use it because I find it pretty funny if my opponent doesn't build any air defense and I can just fly in space with this drone and build some factories. And you can also upgrade a second drone, but I don't think there's a big point in it. So you shouldn't upgrade to get the build power. You should upgrade this if you want to fly somewhere and build a factory somewhere, or just want to have a flying engineer. Then we have the tactical missile upgrade for the UF commander. Works again the same like the Seraphim. So the cool thing is that we have another TML upgrade on the TML upgrade, and that's actually the Billy, the tactical nuke for UEF. And I will just show you how the Billy works. Actually, you don't see the range on that map for some reason. Oh, let's just fire that there. So that's the big TML, and big TML makes also big explosion. 12,000 damage in a pretty big radius, and it was recently buffed, so it's really worth to build. The cool thing is it also flies above TMD, and also 1 TMD is not enough to defend it. So the Billy has that much HP that you can just, if there's only 1 BD build, 1 TMD build, you can just go there and fire that there. One thing you should know is that you can't defeat tech 3 shields with that. If you fire that against the tech 3 shield, there will be no damage at all. The tech 3 shield will just absorb it and you will gain no benefit. So you should normally use it against mobile units. That's pretty efficient if you use it against tech-free units. I don't know the exact cost of the missile anymore, but I think it's like if you snipe 3 tech-free units, then it's worth it. But again, it's a late game upgrade. I think you can upgrade it with tech 2 generators, but normally you should upgrade if you have a tech 3 generator, and it also needs quite a lot of mass. I think it's like a tech 3 mass extractor. And we have on the left arm we have the nano repair system for the UEF commander, and that's useless, so don't upgrade it. It gives you a pretty big health ranking, but it does not give you any more hit points, and with 12,000 hit points it's just not worth it. You just get sniped by mercies or something, and you gain nothing from having some HP reg. Maybe you can upgrade it if you need HP really fast, but even then you should upgrade the engineering suit. That gives you the ability to build tech 2 and also gives you some hit points. So that's something I'm pretty sad about it, because it is useless. It sounds cool, but it is useless because it only scales with the HP and it doesn't scale with the shield. And with 12,000 HP only, it's just not worth it.